Hello, everybody. Welcome to Shawnee Talks Lifestyle. I'm so excited that you guys could join us for another episode. And what I want you to do really quick is I want you to go ahead and start a watch party. Go ahead and share with your friends this feed that's going on. We have an amazing guest for you on today. And last but not least, make sure when you share it that you actually put the hashtag Shawnee Talks Lifestyle. Hashtag Shawnee Talks Lifestyle so that people know where to go and they can follow this conversation. But we're going to have an amazing guest for you today, really quick. Our topic today is really about the guest, too. Her name is Morgane Freeman. And there's a couple of things that talk about some of her journey. And that's why we're calling this episode Marriage, Health, and Curls. And you'll get to know why we're saying that. But really quick about her, Morgane is a Kansas City, Missouri native. She is an HBCU grad from Wilberforce University with a master's in marketing. And by day, she is a digital marketing specialist. And by night, she's a wife, plant-based cook, shower singer, and podcaster. That's so cute. She's also the host of a really awesome podcast. So make sure that you set your calendars and look out for her. It's called YoungBlackMRS, which is her podcast. And each Thursday, it comes on and includes really cool episodes. One that I definitely have to check out. It's called Shaking My Curls. So she'll explain more what that means. Also, What You Chewing, which is cute. And then Main Event and Positive Tip. And some of the things she enjoys is spending time with her husband, cooking, and drinking wine. So I know you guys are in for a treat today, but without further ado, here you go. Welcome, my friend, Morgane. Hey, girl.
Hey. How are you? Thanks so much for having me on. I'm super excited. I was trying to share real quick while you were talking. I'm like, no, it's not.
Oh, I love it. No problem. We always multitasking over here.
Oh, yeah.
But I absolutely love what you're about. I'm excited to have you on the show today. And I know the audience is definitely on the edge of their seats to kind of see, about you. So let's get into this really quick, but not, all the questions. But the first question that I have for you is, how did you meet your husband?
Oh my goodness. Okay. So I like to say we worked together, and I like to say that we were the only Black people that were there. But I mean, that is not the truth. But right. I feel like sometimes, everyone that's your kinfolk ain't your skinfolk kind of a thing. Yeah. I think that's how the expression goes. So we bonded on kind of okay, I see you. We're on the same wave limit. We understand that this job is just a stepping stone.
Right.
Let's move forward in that way. And we just became really good friends. It was a proofreading job. So he would proofread my work and I would proofread his work, and we would just be killing it. And there was like bonuses involved. And so I would try to help him get a bonus. He would try to help
me. That's nice.
Yeah. So we were just friends, and we stayed friends until they laid us off. And then around the time, yeah, again, we knew it was.
You're a true friend.
Yeah, until they laid us off, and then he asked me out on a date.
Oh.
Yeah, because he's like, well, I don't want to date. I think in between there, I had a boyfriend, and
okay.
I was dating someone that worked there. And so he just stayed friendly with me. We would go at breaks, we would chat and hang out on this couch, and we would just talk about things that were going on in our lives. And occasionally we'd go to art exhibits, like while we were just homies or whatever.
Okay.
But then we finally went out on that first date, and girl.
Right. So what's he like, the work husband? I heard that term.
No, I didn't, because I didn't see him like that. Like,
oh, okay.
Like, I saw him as like a human that was on the same wavelength with me. But when we went on that first date, it was so awkward. And when he tried to kiss me, I was like, ew. So we go on another date until what? I want to say 2 years later, maybe.
Wow.
We didn't go on. No, 3 years. I was 25 and we went on the next date.
Okay.
So I really drug it out there. Because I just really wanted to get to know him, and I just felt like there was something special about him, but I was kind of afraid,
Yeah, so. You just probably got out of that relationship too, so that was respectful. Yeah. I like that. Okay, so wow, that's amazing. I didn't even know all of that story. So, but what I like about him is he actually knew you were worth waiting for.
Yes, exactly. And I don't think I was dating anybody in between that time. I think I was just trying to figure out what Morgane wanted. And then he just kept we were still friends. He just kept showing up for me. You have mentioned in my bio that I have a master's in marketing.
Right.
I was thinking about doing an MBA program, and this is how I knew, like, okay, he's worth that second date. He literally came over to I was living at my parents' house. He came over to my parents' house and was like, okay, let me help you figure out what you're going to do with the rest of your life.
Oh,
He mapped out all the research
wow.
of the like top 3 programs because I couldn't figure out what I was going to do. And
Okay.
he figured out how much everything was going to cost. And, we kind of mapped out, you can get a little bit of this from your job and
Right.
he mapped it all out. And it was like, here, this will help you. And I was like, you know what? You know what?
He
So it
is
just,
the one, right?
I mean,
Wow.
we weren't even dating then. And I think I just knew that I loved him before we were even like boyfriend, girlfriend.
Right.
Because we were just friends. So I always encourage people to be friends with someone, like really friends.
Right. So how long have you guys been married for now?
We'll be married 2 years in September. And it'll be
Yay.
7, I think. Yeah.
Wow. But you guys have a really good foundation.
Absolutely. That's what I think. We like to sing that one country song called I think it's called Found. Never mind. Let me not quote that. I don't know the song.
So what
Podcast. I start quoting songs I don't know the name
so
of.
your look now, and I more so know you to be like the natural curly girl. That's your thing. Where is that what he saw you looking like too when he met you?
Yeah, when he met me, I was already natural, so it was no disguising. I think
Okay.
somewhere in between there, I was dating a guy and he liked my hair straight, so my husband might have caught me with straight hair because of dude, whatever.
Oh, right.
But I was always curly, and I think he has always embraced it, and he's always imagined seeing like our child to be a little curly girl like me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
for an issue with the hair, I guess.
Definitely. So what would you say changed from when you first got married till now, because you've done some changes in your midst of your life? You've started this whole plant-based eating we were talking about, all of this. What changed?
I think when you mentioned the plant-based, I think the biggest things that have changed in my life and in my marriage is that now I'm kind of venturing out to sort of a entrepreneur-like spirit. I feel like I work a lot of jobs and I'm trying to figure out what I love to do. I
Right.
love social media and I want to continue using it, but I also really have a passion for like talking to people and helping people. So I thought, okay, well, I don't hear anybody talking like me, so let me start this podcast. So
Right.
that's why Young Black Misses. And then I was like, I love to travel, so I'm going to be a travel agent too. And in the
Mhm.
midst of that, my husband has just been very supportive of it. But then I kind of wonder, well, baby, what do you want to do?
Right.
What fascinates you? So in the midst of trying to get our finances together, we actually talked to a financial advisor where we kind of determined that my husband's really interested in being a philanthropist. I always feel like I pronounced that wrong. He wants to
Okay.
have like funds where he can just donate to folks or like give to folks. And I'm just
I
like,
love it.
that's a goal that we want to do collectively. And because we like food and wine, we're like, we need to figure out how to be in Napa Valley, California, and have an Airbnb there and kind of just so the first couple years have been our figuring out, okay, what are our big picture goals? How we want to use our money to make these things happen, and how can I support you because you're supporting me? And I
Right.
feel like the first step that we've decided is, we're going to continue supporting these endeavors that I want to do, but also going to support him to make sure he gets finishes up his education. And
Right.
as far as the plant-based thing goes, okay, we both watched this movie, What the Health, on
Oh,
Netflix.
yep, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, a wonderful movie. Now, I don't feel like I'm like an animal lover. I feel like I'm
Right.
more of a tree hugger. But I mean, I just felt that the activities with what's going on with meat and anything that's animal based, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
just didn't seem ethical. And I felt my husband felt that same way. And
Right.
so it's been a little bit of a conflict. And I'm glad I can't see him in his facial
Okay.
right now. It's been a little bit of a conflict because any chance he gets, he seems to always grab a little meat. And so I'm like, babe,
Okay.
is this what you want to do or no? And I'm
Right.
like, just tell me if you don't want to do it because I'm about that life. I'm about that plant-based life. Now, I
Right.
probably say I'm completely vegan. For a while, I was saying I was vegan-ish.
Right. I love that.
I just wanted to incorporate as much of the lifestyle into my lifestyle. But it's just been so I think we're trying to figure out that space. Like, okay, do you want me to give you some chicken on the side? You know,
right.
Grass-fed chicken or whatever, no antibiotics, like something like that. If you want that, let me know. Yes, vegan-ish. Yes, that is my jam. And that phrase, when I was starting that out, it just basically meant Monday through Thursday, I'm eating vegan. Then on the weekends, it's whatever. And I think that's helpful if you're just starting out. But like I said, it's been a little issue trying to figure out how we want to play it. So we're still working through that because it's a marriage and everything has its ebbs and flows. And so, my plate.
And I remember I told you, so our title that we take, so we're not vegans, but we're nutritarians.
There we go.
That's the little title that I have. And that just means your focus is eating more plants throughout the day. So you don't really, I really don't consume meat. If I say meat, and I'm gonna say it's meat because fish is meat. Everybody disagree, but it died. That's my thoughts. Ahead of mama. So about maybe 4 times a year I'll have it, and when it's so small because I don't really desire it like that.
Right.
Well, sometimes it's not even 4 times a year. Sometimes it's like nil for me, which is the only reason why I couldn't be veganish or whatever. But yeah, same like you with the husband. He not every chance he gets he's trying to get meat, but there's sometimes months could go by and there's sometimes he wants some meat. But what I've noticed is because we have actually put more plants into our actual diet, that he's not craving as much meat as he used to crave.
So it's like you training his mind a little bit. I think you gotta get your body into the space where you know, like, okay, this is making me feel amazing.
Right.
Cheese is what I can't do the cheese anymore because I eat cheese 20 minutes before I talk to you. I'm sleeping the whole time I'm talking to you. Like mentally, cheese is no good for me. And I'm glad I learned that. But yeah, it's just sneaking it in. That's the whole point of veganish, just to kind of sprinkle it in until you're comfortable making that transition.
Right. So what do you use to substitute for cheese?
Nutritional yeast. And sometimes nutritional yeast is a lot. But if I want nacho cheese, I'll use cannelloni beans, cannelloni beans, and some like canned salsa to kind of make it spicy, like a little queso, and then some nutritional yeast as well.
Okay, so you're still using that. It's pretty much the nutritional yeast along with other things.
Yeah, the kind of
the texture or the taste of the texture.
And I'm not the one that buys. I don't really care for the like your plant-based burger or your veggie burger like that.
I don't care for it either.
The dairy substitutes. I don't really like buying that kind of stuff. I just want to eat something like that came from the earth, I guess. I don't know.
I agree. Because what's the point, right? I mean, that's what I kind of think. What's the point? Someone made a statement like this. They said, and it's kind of stereotypic, so you can defend the vegan people. Why are vegans always trying to get something that looks like meat and tastes like meat if they don't want meat?
Because I feel like and I see it a lot on some of the Instagram accounts that I follow. And I'm just like, why don't we if we don't want to eat meat, why are we making it look like meat? And I think it's because you miss it. You know, you kind of, and also because you want to get people to try something, so you want it to look like something that they're familiar with.
Right. I agree.
Those are the 2 reasons, I think. But
definitely. So what made you, I know when you first started off with your whole social media influencing, it was more about the curly journey, and then you switched up a little bit. Can you share with us about that?
Yeah. So when I first went natural, I was at Wilberforce University, the first privately owned historical Black college. You're talking to Miss Wilberforce, by the way. Yeah. 2011, 2000.
Love it.
But I went natural in like October of 2010. Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay.
So then I made a YouTube channel that just captured my journey of my hair, because I wanted to, number one, I kind of wanted to see how it grew, because I saw all those YouTubers were like starting off kind of short, but I really haven't gotten there.
You have that channel?
It is still live.
What's your channel?
It's Into It Girl. In the number 2 It Girl. And so they're very old videos. I haven't published anything
That's
in like,
okay. We love this. We love to scroll on the YouTube for the curls, you
oh,
know.
oh yeah. So into it, girl. I into it, girl. Yeah.
All right.
Then I started that journey because I really wanted to capture it, and also I wanted to kind of normalize what it looks like. Because once I didn't do the big chop where you cut off all your relaxed.
Right.
I transitioned, and when I was transitioning, it's kind of, there was so much stigma around it because people want you to have, you know, beautiful straight hair. Because I had,
Wow.
well, I still do. I mean, my hair is, if I blow dried, it's, you can't even see. It's past what you can see. It goes down.
Oh, I gotta see that.
Because I blow dried it out a couple weeks ago. I was like, girl, what are we doing? I remember
Yes.
was braiding my hair and she hit the back of my
Black girls with long hair. Long
like,
hair.
this
Hey.
is what hair is. And I was like, okay, thank you. But so I mean, I got you. Sometimes as a natural, you forget you got length. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, because it's the shrinkage is real. It's real.
Yeah, the shrinkage is real. But I wanted to capture my journey and kind of normalize what it looked like. And let me tell you, okay, so October, right, 2010 or whatever. So October 2011, I came back to Wilberforce. Every woman had natural hair.
Oh,
like,
wow.
better, I think so.
Well, you're Miss Wilberforce, so.
Well, you're right. There we go.
You set the trend. There you go.
I felt like a trendsetter then. But yeah, I saw my mom cut off
Right.
all her hair out of solidarity of her hairstylist who had breast cancer.
Okay.
And so when I saw my mom's hair, I was like, I can do this. And then I've just been natural ever since and really learned a lot about how to keep my hair moisturized and looking presentable. You know, I'm not a hairstylist, but I do what I can do.
So how would you say that your curls have changed since marriage? Because that's a whole different element too, and plant-based eating.
Ooh, that's a really good question.
Your curls.
Because I think because I went plant-based, I started taking different vitamins because that's a give and take you get with not eating animal products.
Right, substitute.
Yeah, some of those nutrients. And I started taking little multivitamins.
Right.
And I've noticed, I mean, I think you can see my nails are out of control, like super ridiculously long. And then I've noticed my hair is just a little bit more shinier and it seems a lot thicker, which is great for me. You know, it's just, but I know how to detangle it because I feel like that sometimes people get irritated. They're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do it. I'm like,
right.
You know, take your time. So I definitely have noticed that just eating better kind of helps with your skin and your nails.
Yeah, and veggies are the secret for beautiful skin, hair,
absolutely,
and nails. Awesome. So you're saying that you definitely noticed even the length too, the length checks.
Right. And another thing, since I've been married, I've straightened my, well, I mean, it's been I think since I've been dating or been with my husband, so let's just go with that one. So as a second fan, I think I've put heat to it maybe 5 times. Maybe.
Okay, I think that matters too.
Yeah. So I want to point that out because I gave my blow dryer to my sister and
oh wow.
Because she likes to wear her hair straight. So I'm like, here, go ahead and have that.
Yeah, you went full time.
Yeah, and then I have just like a little one of those paddle brush blow dryers, but I never use it. Like literally last week, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to blow dry my hair. I haven't done this in like maybe like 6 months and maybe 9 months. I don't know. It's been forever. Let's try it out. So I think not putting heat and letting my hair air dry has really been beneficial to it. And then also I like to get some shears and whenever, because I usually will do like little mini twist and I'll just trim the end of the twist because it can get a little ratty. And, yeah. And then I want to go see a beautician and get it a really nice cut and color, but I'm leery about people doing my hair because if you try my hair to cut it, then you like I just need to find somebody that understands my natural hair. And I'm not saying that Kansas City I won't find it, but I just haven't found it yet.
I was watching this show I came upon called Cashapp Beautician. Have you heard of that?
Oh my gosh, yeah, with Tamar, I saw that.
Yeah, and this girl, the girl from Family Matters that played the friend of Laura was on an episode and she had long, you know how long her hair was, and someone jacked her hair, like cut her hair off really bad. And that's what you made me think of when you
Yeah.
were like, if I go to somebody, because I don't know. But the lady, she didn't even tell her.
I
All she
know.
heard was sizzle.
Oof. I felt so bad for her because she had so
Gorgeous. Yeah,
much hair. Like it was down her back for sure. And then it was just a cute little bob. But, extensions can do wonders. So that's what's up.
definitely. So I know there's some people out there that probably have some questions about, how you become a social media influencer in the time frame that you did. Are there any tips or anything like that you can
I
give?
definitely think I'm just starting out. I definitely would say I'm just starting out because I have that background, just like educational background in
Right.
digital marketing. I really think the biggest thing is consistency. And then understanding which platform your content works better on, I should say.
Okay.
Because something like, but when we think about it, something like YouTube as we mentioned, we like to go back through YouTube. Something like
Right.
YouTube is very searchable. So considering what are people looking for on YouTube, oh, they might run across your video, and then you're going to want to have lots of content or a couple playlists to link them
Right.
to, so that as you keep watching your videos, and then they subscribe to you. But something like Instagram, which I love, it's
I love it too.
harder for people to find you on there unless they found you from something else.
Mm.
Like, yeah, so I've noticed that. I think if you're starting out, leverage who you already have on your Facebook page or your
Right.
current Instagram page, and kind of let them know you're starting a business, or whatever you're starting. You're starting whatever, and you want to whatever influence, I guess.
So
And
do you
then
feel like Facebook is a more easier platform to start with?
I'm thinking that Facebook's pretty easy to start with because you have people that are already your friends, so you can invite them to whatever page you have,
Right.
um, and then kind of travel on. I also really love Pinterest because people are on Pinterest because they want to click on something, because they want to do something. Like you get on
Right.
Pinterest, you probably cook something, okay? Or you maybe you want to see some fashion, or maybe you want to look up itineraries for a Paris trip. I
That's
just
my nice scroll. Pinterest
exactly.
is my nice scroll. I know I probably shouldn't, but I do literally, but after I'm done with everything I'm going to do that whole day, when I'm done, whatever I'm done, I just Pinterest and I go to sleep.
Exactly, because it's good. For me, it's YouTube videos. I just turn YouTube videos on and knock out. And then I've also been getting into TikTok. I'm kind of because it's just a minute, and you
Yeah.
gotta be
Well,
ooh.
Instagram is a minute too if you're going to
You got
post,
if you're gonna do a
not
video.
the TV. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. If you're gonna do a video, yeah, you're right. Just a minute, but it's
Right.
just like woo. It's because I make plant-based meals or
Right.
recipes that are on there. And so me trying to do my voiceovers, I'm like, okay, let me make sure everyone understands how to make this thing in 60 seconds and go.
Also,
So
tell me about that a little bit. How did you get into that with the voiceovers, and you're doing that on your videos?
yeah, so on my TikTok, I think I only have like 6 videos right now, but I started that 2 weeks ago because I'm interested in the platform for trying it out. Because my day job, I work in the food industry, and
Okay.
so in trying to figure out how to use the platform
Right.
for work. So I was like, okay, well, let me just do it myself, and I'll know. And so I started getting on there and just making TikTok videos, and I'll record little snippets while I'm cooking, and then I'll just piece them together and kind of speed them up. And then I'll make the voiceover. And then I just looked up some hashtags that people were using to describe their video, mostly like black vegan for me, or plant based, or that kind of thing. And then I just started posting them. And I've noticed like I feel like I've been getting interesting amount of engagement, and people are really
Okay.
excited with videos. So I think that's really nichey as is Instagram too, where
Right.
you have like doing something people know you for and they'll keep coming back to you for. That's another thing with like Instagram, TikTok, and even
Mhm.
YouTube. You have to know who you're talking to, know your audience to be able to attract them and keep them coming back. So I've only done food videos on TikTok. So if you're ever trying to figure out how to make a plant-based, follow your girl, because that's all I'm doing on there.
Awesome.
And it's been really fun.
So do you have any tips for people if they're trying to break into some of the things that you're trying to break into, as far as with podcasting or any of that with social media type things?
Podcasting, I use this program called Anchor, and it's pretty much very user friendly, free to use, and you're able to also.
Do you get like a referral if someone?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
It's all
I'm
right.
gonna give you your credit now. If you was gonna get a referral, I'm like, I'm gonna put it in
for
there.
that. No, they're one of the sponsors, so it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all good. So I can talk them up. But yeah, you can go to your app store and download Anchor. You can use it on your computer as well, and so it'll break it out into segments. And then it will host your podcast, as well as it's also going to be able to distribute your podcast onto all the major podcasts like Apple, Google, Spotify, so on. I think Stitcher, that kind of stuff. And I honestly would say two things about podcast. Well, three things: like being consistent, knowing your audience, and then doing it, and then promoting yourself. Like, don't be afraid to hype yourself up.
Right.
I myself in June, it is sliding the DMs to the end of the year. And so you kind of just have to let people know, like, hey, I'm out here doing this podcast, or I'm out here, maybe you don't have a podcast, maybe you have a business. Maybe I'm out here with this business, hey, pay attention to me, or, I'm awesome. Whatever, just hype yourself up. Like, gas yourself up, don't run on E, just go ham, And that's definitely what I would encourage anyone that's wanting to start a podcast or a business in general.
Now I've noticed a few things with podcasters. I'm not a podcaster, but but what I've noticed, some people do it differently. So they'll either talk on their podcast or they will show you that they're talking. I saw that too. Are you doing that too? Or are you just talking? Or are you showing the video of you talking?
Oh, you're talking if I have this is the first time I've been like on camera. So I'm
okay.
I'm playing with that. I know you have the capability to do video podcasts as well on Anchor, but mine is strictly audio.
Okay.
And my podcast, I break it, like I had mentioned, those segments, I break it down. You had mentioned those segments when you introduced me, like the main event. I have a main event. My favorite segment on my podcast is Shaking My Curls, because
tell about that.
I get to go in on whatever's getting on my nerves that week. And recently, and then I will post a clip on my social media about whatever I'm talking about. So recently, I watched a clip. Sometimes I talk about finances too. I watched a clip from a real famous financial guru, and I could clearly hear that the woman talking to the guy on the phone, the guru, was a Black woman, a young Black woman.
Okay.
And she was saying that her mom had put her name on her mom's credit, basically used the daughter's name.
And yeah. I mean, I only had that experience, but I heard about that.
Oh my gosh. So I was totally shaking my curls at that. And I pretty much just explained like how we need to set up the kids. Like that is my favorite segment. And it's got a catchy little tune to it that people message me and they're like, shaking my curls. I'm like, oh my God. So really funny, but that just gives me an opportunity to really express myself, because I feel like sometimes I don't say what I want to say when I want at the moment. So I'm like, all right, now I got the rebuttal. Let's hit it. That's the whole purpose of shaking my curls, is to let them know, like, these are the issues that are important to me. And these are why I don't agree, or I do agree. Sometimes it's a positive shake, but usually it's not. It's usually, I don't like this. This is why. So.
Right. All right, well, let's talk about that for a little bit. We're gonna do a little something fun, since you mentioned that. Shake your curls. So you let me know if you shake your curls to this or not.
Okay.
We'll do 3 different topics, since we're talking about marriage and health and curls. So we'll start with the marriage piece. And we were talking about this a little bit before we came on. When people get married and they lose their individuality, they kind of turn into the other person. What do you think about that?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely shaking my curls at that, because and that's how I usually start the thing out. Because I think you came into the marriage as 2 completely whole people. Right. There's no reason for you to end up being, 2 halves or whatever. That's not going to be, because you can get up on top of each other and just be amazing. I think I can see how it happens. I can see how people fall into the trap of just kind of melting into their man or melting
Right.
into. But I think something that helps is having your own personal activities that you do for yourself that your spouse maybe don't like or doesn't
Right.
have anything. Like for me, my husband, he can spend hours writing. I like
Mhm.
writing, but like I actually bought him a laptop because he was using my laptop too much writing.
Oh,
I told him, here you go, baby. That was my first Christmas gift to him. I'm such a
oh,
mom.
that's nice.
But yeah, just having your own individual activities or hobbies that you each like, I think kind of solves that, can help with that problem.
Awesome. All right, here's the next scenario. In marriage, so they're married for a while, and the husband or the wife, either one, it don't matter, chooses to change directions. Would you shake your curls at someone changing a direction in the marriage to a different career, even though they told the spouse they wanted to do a specific career and they had a plan already?
I've actually talked about this on my podcast before. I
Okay.
think it was in an episode kind of like evolving or changing, I think is the title of it, where
Right.
I know even in this short 2 years of time that me and my husband are not two different people, but like we've evolved, we've kind of
Right.
grown.
Grow.
Like I think I had mentioned earlier, I wouldn't shake my curls at that. I would totally be on board with that if
Mhm.
this person wanted to elevate, or if my spouse wanted to elevate and try something different, because I'm trying something different. And I just feel like if we're not growing together, we just gonna stay in one place, and that ain't it, boo.
Right. What about, and this has happened with people, I haven't experienced this yet, but sometimes people get further in the marriage. Maybe somebody experiences something tragic that
Mm.
happens to them. And now maybe you're the sole person now. Whereas
So
before it was team effort. Could be something in their health. Maybe they experienced, maybe they were making all this, career moves and money and all this stuff, and then cancer shucks.
oof.
What's your thoughts on that?
I just think back to those vows,
He
or
said back to them about the AIOU, those ones or the other
but
ones?
no,
So,
the sickness and health and just staying with that. I know for me, like I committed to my husband, like we're taking everything off the table. Like we're gonna be together, we're gonna work through it. And I
right.
think there's part of me that wonders maybe I should kind of pursue this entrepreneurial route. And I just feel like my husband has got my back if that's where I decide to go. And I
Yeah.
feel like if he wants to switch it up, I'm gonna be okay. Now, if the person gets sick, and I've seen this before,
Yeah, I've
as
seen it. So I've seen it. I've seen the people my age. I'm like, wait a
but
minute.
I don't think they were a little older. Like
I've
it was
seen people my
gal,
age.
and she had been diagnosed with cancer, and her husband divorced her. And I was like, well, go on and get it, because you ain't worth it. Go on and get
Right,
it.
you're gonna
So
get
like, I can't knock it if one spouse can't handle it, but as for the Freeman household, I'm sticking with my man.
right. And I'm shaking my straight hair right now. She's shaking her curls to
Yeah,
anyone
there we
who
go.
do that. But yeah, I've seen it happen to people who are. I'm in my late 30s, so I've seen it happen to people.
Mm,
And the thing, and this is what I would say to someone is don't out, don't, what's the word? Don't rule out that it would never happen to you.
right.
What are you doing now? Don't wait to be a story. Create your story now.
Yeah.
Whether
Yeah.
that's like you were saying, go ahead and be the entrepreneur now. Go ahead and start. Maybe you're working a 9 to 5. Maybe while you're doing that, you're also chipping at the entrepreneurship or a few streams of income. Something. Why is it? Don't wait till things happen to you. You happen. You happen.
Right. Make a decision and do it. Yeah. I'm with that for real.
Yeah. So that's what we're gonna shake our straight hair and our curls to. All right. Last scenario, and this is regarding health because I've seen this before. What are your thoughts when you're seeing people like do all these weight loss things out here and they're trying to achieve health, but they're doing it? They think it's through the weight loss or even getting more pump muscles or whatever the case. Do you think that those really correlate when you're saying health?
Extreme weight loss is an interesting topic to me. I have always been relatively slim. And I've talked about this on my podcast too, like my relationship with food. I think it's what the episode was called. My relationship with food has always been pretty extremely healthy for no blessed reason.
All right.
My mom would even say, like, as a child, you just ate different. Like you just like the fruits and the vegetables, and I wasn't gonna stop you because you was gonna try it all.
Right.
And so, but to think about a person that wants to just drop weight like that, I've seen like, and it's fascinating because I followed some weird hashtag on Instagram, right. And I just kept seeing like before and after pictures about people trying the keto diet.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know if I agree with it though.
And I'm just like, I think it's important to, number one, consult with your doctor before you're doing something extreme. So as far as losing 50, 100 pounds in a month or two, that doesn't seem safe to me. And I'm just concerned about that. Now that you're saying it, I think that's extreme. I don't think that's healthy. I think
unless you're like 400 pounds and you got a gastric surgery, and we expect that because the bigger that you are, the bigger the numbers in the initial drop, we get that. But everything else,
it just seems extreme. And like I said, those hashtags that I was following, I was mesmerized. Like you were Pinterest scrolling, I was like, what the, But I really want these people to be careful about extreme weight. And I know as I've taken on this more vegan plant-based diet, I need to watch my weight. Because at one point I lost maybe 10 pounds in like a week. I was like, whoa, what did we do?
Oh yeah. Look, girl, they're like, wait a minute, hold on, what you do? They're like, I heard you say all of that, but hold on, what? 10 pounds in a week?
I know, but for someone of my like size, I know you only see me from health, but I'm tiny. Like that's not okay. Like there's a problem. So I sat there and was like, okay, Morgan, what do you need to add to your diet? Now you like 5 times a day. Like, okay, you got to think about this. So really consulting with your doctor, and maybe they'll refer you to a dietitian that can help you figure out, your eating. I don't think that's safe.
Did you figure out what it was? Like when that happened?
Yeah.
Was it iron deficiency or you don't have to, but.
Nah, I wouldn't get enough protein. I was only eating 3 times a day, and I need to be eating 5.
So increasing more of your plants that you're eating.
Yeah, plant-based protein, and then also increasing the frequency of which I'm eating, because I was only eating 3 times a day. I need to bump it up to 5 and kind of bulk it up with legumes and nuts and things of that nature.
Right. I think people sometimes they don't really think about that too when you're eating a lot of plants, that you eating more.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think I was making little portions, like I was just about to have some chicken on the side.
Right.
Girl, I don't know. I don't miss chicken. I don't know. This is the second reference of chicken that I've said, but I don't know why I keep saying that. But I noticed that, and I was like, okay, let me do my research. And if it doesn't go up in about 2 weeks, I'm calling the doctor. And it went up, and it's flatlined for about a month. So I was like, okay, we must be okay.
Right. Yeah, and I'll explain this really quick because I know some people are like, what do you mean? And so the thing is, when you're eating plants, think of plants like Brillo pad. That's really extreme, but plants cleanse your system, and it keeps your body going in this balanced system. So if you're not getting enough Brillo pad, imagine if you took a Brillo pad, took a little piece of it, and you're trying to clean, and you're going all like that. I look crazy, but that's what we were looking like. And we're like, I'm getting plants in, but your body's like, no, I need more. So you need the full Brillo pad. And that looks like several servings, which is the fist size, a variety of different things. And if you don't get that, what your body does, it starts to pull from every other area. Mm-hmm. Sometimes your hair, right? We all been there with the hair issue, especially after having kids, and then it starts trying to pull from there, or your skin. It'll start breaking out in there because your body has to get it some kind of way.
Right.
So my suggestion is eat more.
Exactly.
Plants though.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I had to do. I was like, all right, you don't have to bulk this up. Add some rice, add some more beans, add some more veg, just grill something, because this ain't it.
Yeah. So that's a good nugget right there for people who are trying to change their lifestyles out there, and they're trying to do all that. We're over here balancing marriage, health, and I don't have my curls today out, but yeah, I'm a natural curly girl, and my whole life, I've always been on the journey. It's changed since when I've had kids. I think they say I could be wrong, every 7 years, your hair changes texture. Is that right?
You change as a person, so why wouldn't your
Oh,
hair?
yeah. And no one has one texture. You have like several textures.
Exactly. It's
Going
real.
on.
You remember how you were a child and it used to be that kitchen area that would be hard to,
See, mine was always the middle, not the back here. It was the middle piece. For some reason,
front.
you the front? Yeah, at one point it was the front. Yeah, sometimes it was the front when I was a child. That's true. Because one time I didn't know, and I hope no child does this. I took scissors because I just thought I was doing my thing. And I was like, I'm gonna fix this up. Like my mom was so hot.
Your mom was probably
she was so hot. And or you remember like when you're trying to get your hair to be the right amount of curly, like the definition. So you're like, I'm gonna sleep with this on all day. And then you wake up the next day, you probably didn't do it right. Cause you know how your hair looked when it was wet. You're like, I'm just gonna keep it like this. It's gonna stay like this. And you wake up and
yeah. Or you walk outside and it's just, hello, I did what I wanted to do.
Yeah, throughout the day. So my hair is a little different. I know we were talking and you said you're like this product junkie person.
I am. It's really bad, but I promised myself not. I actually started using my husband's leave-in conditioner, like his daily conditioner, because I'm not buying nothing until I run out of stuff.
Right.
And I just can't deal. I was working for a hair care company for a little bit, doing some social media content, and they sent me a crap ton of stuff, and I was like, holy smokes! Like I don't. And then the stuff expires within a year, so it's like halfway through.
Oh man!
No, I gotta like.
Does it really though, or did they just put that on there because they have to?
I'm wondering that myself, but I'm thinking since it's like vegan and organic and juices and berries and all that good stuff.
Oh, maybe it did expire.
You know what I mean? Maybe it does expire, and some of it kind of. Some of the older stuff that I've had from the previous year when I was working with them, the consistency is a little different. So I'm like, that's probably trash. But I don't know where I was going. So as far as the product junkie part is, my linen closet is not, I don't have any linens. I have like one thing.
All products.
It's really bad. So
I will have the closet. I have product problems too, but mine's a little different because I'm not slapping a lot of product on the hair. My hair works better with a little bit of product. Then my hair gives that the volume that I need. If I slap a lot of product and it's not right. Yeah, everybody's different. And I don't know if that's called low porosity or high porosity. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I have low porosity, but then my friend was like, I think everybody has low porosity. I'm like, I don't think so. Or whatever. But I think knowing about low porosity and high porosity is really beneficial in my natural hair journey. So I'm glad that you pointed that out. I don't know if most people know that phrase.
Yeah, definitely. So I guess the last question that I would love to ask you before we go, and it's been awesome to having you on the show, is are there some things that people should be taking in account when they are marketing themselves out there? Since you're this digital specialist, everybody's like, oh, this is cute to me, I'm gonna put this out here, but it's actually things that people are looking, something scientifically I heard on one thing I was reading, that people are actually looking at when they look at your social media or different things that draw some traffic or things to your page. So do you know?
On the platform, I would say, but I think from what you're saying is you really only have like half a second to get somebody's attention, maybe a second, to really get somebody's attention and make them want to be engaged in whatever you're saying. And that's why I think it's really important to know who your target audience is. And I think once you find your tribe, there's no stopping you. Like once you have those people that are loving everything you generate all the time, then figure out who their friends are and how they, tell them about it. You know what I mean? And so I really think consistency helps, but also knowing who your audience is. And it's okay to try things. But if it don't work out and you can tell by the matrix that no one's really checking for that, then pivot.
Move next. Yeah, pivot. Yeah, that's a good point right there. All right, you guys. Well, I hope that you guys really enjoyed this today. I always enjoy talking to other people that I'm meeting. And Morgane, I actually met in another group, and I'm excited that she was able to be on this show today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely. I actually want to have you back probably and talk about some other things, and definitely going to check out your podcast. Make sure you guys go check her out. It's called Young Black Miss. So don't forget to check that out. And she airs on Thursdays. What time do you air?
It drops in the morning around 6 a.m. I've got a new episode coming out this week, and I'm talking about actually what I eat every day as a vegan. So that'll be, or as a plant-based person. So that'll be for your audience if they're interested in trying plant-based or vegan lifestyle.
Okay. Are you sharing recipes too on there?
I am kind of walking you through it.
Oh, it's like a Tabitha Brown.
You know,
You heard of her?
it's like a Morgan F. You know,
You know what I mean.
hey, we love Auntie Tab.
I'm saying demoing. You know what I mean. Demo.
Oh yeah, we love Auntie Tab.
Oh, but your version. Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Then do you give people a preparation list before they come so that they kind of know?
Ooh, no ideas.
Yeah, because if you're gonna be demoing all that, we need to know. We need to.
What we do
Yeah,
is the way the podcast is. You can just pause and see if you got it, or you can come.
well, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, she said it. So here we go. So make sure you guys tune into her on Thursday. Check out what she's cooking. Check out what she's talking about and what she's chewing.
What I'm chewing.
Yeah, what she's chewing. And we'll talk to you guys soon on the next episode of Shoney Talks Lifestyle. Have a good day. Bye.
Peace.